Hey guys, it's Krista. I had something happen today that I kind of want to share with you and hope to God that it doesn't happen to any of you or just anyone else in general. So, on my way to work, I take the city bus, and on the city bus, it always gets really, really crowded because there are two post-secondary institutions in my city, and one of them is a college, one of them is a university. And the university is unfortunately known as a party school, which is, just great. So I'm on my first bus. After my first bus, I have to transfer so that I go onto another bus. On my first bus, I get on the bus at 8, and I get on as normal. When I am traveling, I have a cane that I use because I have arthritis in my foot and because it is winter. I am really unsteady on my feet, and I'm also really self-conscious of the way that I walk on the ice, since ice is the reason that I fell and broke my foot. That was another story. So I get on the bus, I sit down, I have my music on, I'm listening to Adele and just kind of zoning out, but paying attention to what's going on around me. As time goes on, more and more people get on, so of course I need to huddle myself up against the wall, and a girl sits down next to me. Fine, whatever. Normal when you take public transit. Your personal space becomes your exact body shape. It only bothers me to an extent of if the bus is so packed that it becomes like a sardine can, where there's people standing, there's people sitting, there's people yelling, that's when it bothers me. But this morning it didn't really bother me because it was just like a girl sitting next to me, whatever. And like I said, as time went on, the bus got more and more full. I saw a whole bunch of college students get on. I saw a whole bunch of university students get on. I see a whole bunch of general, working everyday people get on the bus. I'm coming up to my bus stop that I need to get off at, and I tell the girl, hey, I'm getting off at this stop. She goes, oh, okay. So she goes to get up, and I start fumbling around with my bag and my cane, and I stand up and I walk out into the aisle, and I'm just about to pass the row in front of me, and I hear, oh, hey, it's wide load again. Pardon? I turn around, I literally just went like this, and in the corner of my eye, I see this guy who is wearing the university Leatherman jacket that they're all so proud to wear, and he got a big stupid grin on his face. This is the third time that I have been called wide load on a bus by the same guy. So to say I was mad was an understatement. I know that I always say turn a negative into a positive. At this point, I'd had pretty much enough. And it's Monday. This is not how I wanted to start my week. This is not how I wanted to start my day. But this is the third time this guy has said this to me. The first two times, I just ignored him, and he obviously was not going to stop. So I said something. I told him, look, if I were your sister, your mother, or your friend, you wouldn't have said anything. And if you say that to me again, I'm going to the dean of your university and telling him that you're picking on a woman with disabilities. Maybe you should shut your trap. I was mad. I walked off the bus to pretty much everybody on the bus, including the bus driver, applauding, clapping. There's a moment and there's a time to walk away, such as the first two times I was called wide load. But there's also a moment and a time to put your foot down and say, no, I'm not going to let you control me. I'm not going to let you continue to call me names. I'm not going to let you continue to hurt me. That's when you have to put your foot down and say no. This is not okay. This is not acceptable. Especially if you are in a relationship where you're being belittled or demeaned, or if you're being abused. That is one of the biggest things that breaks my heart, is when I see couples, men and women, who are being abused, and they just curl up in a ball. It's like, no, stand up for yourself. Be proud of who you are. Don't let anyone else tell you that who you are isn't important. That's bullcrap. I don't swear that much in my videos, but that's bullcrap. Don't let somebody tell you to go kill yourself. Don't let somebody tell you to go drink bleach. Say, no, I'm not letting you tell me this. I'm not letting you control me. Stand up for yourself and do it in the nicest way possible. Like when I stood up to this guy, I use that term very loosely. When I stood up to this guy on the bus, I literally started it with, if I was your sister, your mother, or your friend, you wouldn't have said that to me. Because it's true. If I was his sister, he wouldn't have said that to me. In fact, I'm like 95% sure if my brother had heard this, he would have lost his mind. When I told my coworkers at work, they were livid. My size does not tell you anything about me. My size does not tell you how compassionate I am. My size does not tell you about my sense of humor. My size doesn't tell you anything other than the fact I'm not a size 0. That's it. That's all that tells you. And it's ridiculous that people don't have a filter. Like, I find a lot of young adults today, a lot of teenagers, not all of them, but a lot of them, don't have filters. I was taught to respect people until they show me that they can't be respected. I was taught to honor people, especially those who are older. It's obvious that I am not 20. It's very obvious. And it's obvious that I'm closer to 30 than I am to 20. If I, at 21, said that to somebody and my parents found out, they would have been so mad. My parents raised me to be polite. I thank the bus driver every single morning. I thank the taxi drivers. I wave at people who let me cross the street because I was raised that way. And I find a lot of people aren't like that anymore. And that's really not what I want for my children. I want my children to be able to look around at their school and look around at their daycare and be like, hey, these people are pretty cool. And to learn manners and to respect and just a filter. Like, there are things that go through my mind that I don't say because I'm not stupid, first of all. And also because why would I? There are certain things that I wouldn't say to, there are certain things I would say to my husband, but I wouldn't say to my mom. Or there's certain things I would say to my best friend, but I wouldn't say to my boss. Like, there's a time and a place for certain conversations, but there's never a time, never a place to disrespect another human being. Ever. Whether you're on a bus, whether you're on a plane, whether you're on a train, whether you're walking in a park, it's never okay to call somebody else a name if you do not know them. This guy had no idea who I am, what I've been through, or what I'm going through. And to be perfectly honest, I'm going through a lot. There's a lot of personal things that are going on right now that I'm slowly struggling through. And I feel like if he had gotten to know me, he wouldn't have said anything. But he chose in that moment to make fun of somebody, to try to make them feel inferior and him feel superior. And it's like, sorry, bud, but that's not happening. So I really, really hope that this doesn't happen to anybody, because it's ridiculous. I'm an adult. I'm 28 years old. I should not be called wide load on the bus. And in university, you should be growing up a little bit, because you're in university. It's time to grow up. You're not a little baby anymore. Mommy's not holding your hand. It's time for you to stand on your own 2 feet and learn some respect and learn some empathy. It seems like today's society doesn't have any. That's my little rant, and now I'm gonna go and watch YouTube. Bye!